Hello everyone. Today we are going to be talking about a very important thing that you need in your writing in modules G and module and C, and in your speech and in your everyday activity, whether reading or writing or communicating with other people in English. And this subject is the connectors. What are the connectors? Sentence connectors are words that we use to express a relationship between ideas and to combine sentences. Okay, we have ideas in the same sentence or in between separate sentences. So we need these connectors in order to show the kind of idea, what kind of idea is there between these sentences. Connectors link also parts of a sentence or make connections between one sentence and another, as we say. All right, so what is the purpose from using connectors? First, they join ideas and show how those ideas are related to one another, as we said before. They join ideas, two or more ideas, probably in the same sentence or between two sentences. They help us to organize our ideas when we write, when we talk, okay, when we interact with other people in English. They help us to organize our ideas. And it's easier for the reader and the listener to follow us. Let's start with the connectors of addition. Now, the connectors of addition, from the very word addition, are used to add ideas, to add, okay, we add ideas. So we use them to show addition, add ideas, as we say. Some connectors of addition are some of these. There are a lot, so many connectors of addition. These are some of the connectors of addition. Additionally, furthermore, in addition to, moreover, and likewise, besides, not only, but also, besides. Let's start with these very common three connectors of addition that we use all the time. Okay, and, furthermore, and moreover. Look at this sentence. Ali took his pen out. Ali started writing. These are two sentences. I'm asking you to make them into one sentence using the connector of addition and. Can you try? Good. Ali took his pen out and started writing. So what we did here is that we joined these two ideas. The first idea that he took his pen out and the second idea that he started writing. So we combined them into one sentence using the connector of addition and. Let's see another example. The refugees, اللاجئين, are short of food. They don't have enough food. The refugees desperately need medical assistance. They need someone to help them in the health issues. They need medical assistance. So let's try to make these two sentences that have two ideas using the connector of addition furthermore. What do you think? All right, let's see. The refugees are short of food. Furthermore, followed by a comma, they desperately need medical assistance. So we use furthermore because we are talking about the same idea. We are adding information in the same spirit. Good. Let's look at this at the third example here. The officer is unwilling to admit his mistake. The officer has proved that he is incapable of handling the situation. Okay? The officer is unwilling to admit his mistake. The officer has proved that he is incapable of handling the situation. So let's make them one sentence using moreover. What do you think? Exactly. The officer is unwilling to admit his mistake. Moreover, he has proved that he is incapable of handling the situation. All right. Let's move now to another kind of connectors, which is called the connectors of contrast. What are the connectors of contrast? These are sentences or sentence connectors that are used to emphasize the fact that the second point that we mentioned contradicts تتناقض with the first point. Okay, so we have 2 points, 2 ideas. One idea contradicts تتناقض with the other idea, and we use them to connect contrasting ideas, as we say. All right, some very common connectors of contrast that we use all the time are however, but, nevertheless, whereas, and yet. Let's see some examples. Look at this sentence. Amira couldn't find a new job. However, she managed to buy a new TV set. So we use here however because we have 2 different ideas, 2 contrasting ideas. What are these? First one is that she couldn't find a job. She doesn't have a job. She didn't have a job, right? Still, she could buy a new TV set. So we expect that if someone doesn't have a job, he doesn't have money to buy new things. However, she managed to buy a new TV set. Let's look at the second example. Nail had a ticket, but he didn't go to the game. This means that Nail could go to the game, but he decided not to. He had a ticket, but there's a contradiction. He didn't go to the game. There was little chance of success. Nevertheless, they performed the surgery. Okay, look at nevertheless. Okay, so the contrasting ideas here are first, there was little chance of success. Nevertheless, they decided to perform the surgery. While, look at this fourth example, while dropped out school at an early age, yet he became a famous inventor. Okay, the 2 contrasting ideas is one, that he dropped out of school at an early age, and the second idea, he became a famous inventor. That's why we are using here the connector of contrast yet. Look at this other example. Sami thinks we are ready to begin, whereas Maha thinks we have to wait. So we have 2 opinions. On the one hand, Sami, who says that we are ready to begin, Maha, who says that we should wait. So we combine them into one sentence using the connector of contrast, whereas. Okay, let's see other common connectors of contrast, although, though, even if, and even though. Example, although it rained a lot, we enjoyed our vacation. So 2 contrasting ideas, it rained a lot, but still we enjoyed our vacation. So we started with although it rained a lot, we enjoyed our vacation. Maria didn't receive a scholarship, though she's an excellent student. Okay, on the one hand, she's an excellent student. On the other hand, she didn't get a scholarship. Okay, so we are using the connector of contrast, though. Even if you take a taxi, you'll still miss your train. I'm sorry. Even if you take a taxi, you'll still miss your train. Okay. Even though some people are mean, we have to be polite. Even though some people are mean, we have to be polite. Let's look at despite and in spite of. Now, despite and in spite of must be followed by a noun phrase or an ing form, gerund probably. Okay. So let's look at the example and see. In spite of being a millionaire, he is very mean. Okay, look at this. In spite of being a millionaire. Now, we said that they have to be followed by a noun phrase, جملة اسمية. In spite of being a millionaire, in Arabic we say, and I'm saying that in Arabic because I know many students misuse this connector. In spite of being بالرغم من كونه as an اسم, as a gerund, as an اسم مصدر, not as a verb. Okay, مش كفاية. In spite of being a millionaire, he is very mean. Despite the doctor's advice, he played football last month. Okay, so in spite of is followed by noun phrase, جملة اسمية. Despite is also followed by a noun phrase. Okay, you can't use a verb after in spite of and despite. All right, let's move on to this exercise, okay, that I prepared for you. and see this exercise that I prepared for you. All right, let's start with the first one. She didn't take a coat. She didn't take a coat. Can you see it? Yes, I hope you all can see it. Okay. She didn't take a coat. The weather was cold. What do you think? She didn't take a coat. She didn't take a coat. Instead, although, however. Exactly. Although she didn't take a coat, although the weather was cold. You would expect someone to take a coat if he goes out when the weather is very cold, but she didn't do that. Okay. Noah doesn't have a great sense of humor. She's a very popular person. However, instead, in addition, what do you think? Excellent. However, good. I am too busy to take a holiday. I don't have the money. For example, in addition, as a result. What do you think? Excellent. In addition. There are many places to visit in Jerusalem. You can visit the Islamic Museum. In addition, because, for example. Excellent. For example, because we're giving an example of the places that we can visit in Jerusalem. Okay. Noah keeps her car in good condition. It always passes the yearly road test. Instead, therefore, however. What do you think? What kind of relationship is there? Okay, excellent. Therefore, I bought 3 shirts. The prices were very low. I bought 3 shirts. The prices were very low. Finally, although, because. What do you think? Good, because, absolutely. There is no coffee. I can offer you some tea. There is no coffee. I can offer you some tea. But, since, in addition. What do you think? Good, but, good. She walked home by herself. She knew that it was dangerous. Luckily, although, despite. What do you think? Excellent. Although. We had no money, for the project. It was cancelled. We had no money for the project. It was cancelled. Besides, because, therefore. What do you think? Excellent. Therefore, that's the result of the first part. We had no money, therefore the project was cancelled. I bought a lot of things in that shop. It was very expensive. I bought a lot of things in that shop. It was very expensive, even though, however, so. What do you think? Excellent. Even though I bought a lot of things in that shop, even though it was very expensive. With this, we come to the end of our meeting today. That's all what I wanted to share with you. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.